Hello everyone, welcome to Red9SysTech. Today we are going to look at one of the interesting topic in Java, which is constructor. So here is the agenda I have defined here. What are the things we are going to look into this video? So basically we are going to look into what is the need for a constructor and what is a constructor and how we can write a constructor in Java and what is a default constructor means and what are the rules we should follow in order to write a constructor and where we can able to apply the constructors in Java. Okay, so I want to demonstrate with a simple example class which I already defined here. So I have a class called student where I have like roll number, int and string name, and I have a main class here. So first we will go by one. So what is the need for a constructor? So as we know that whatever we do in Java, so everything we write around class and objects. So if you guys wants to understand how class and object works internally and what is a class and what is object, I have separate video for this earlier series, so please go through that, and the link has been given in this video display. So please go through that first and come back to this video. So now when we say like we are able to create an object for a class, so what does it mean? So we are making a allocation with the help of constructor. So let me show with an example. So in my case, I want to create an object for a student class. The way how we can create a object is nothing but, so student, let's say s is an object, reference is equal to new student of, right? So here when this line gets executed, so what we are doing is, so we are creating an object reference as s, which is stored in the stack, and with the help of new keyword, so actually we are creating an object in the heap memory, and with the help of student of, so we are able to allocate the memory. So when we create an object in the heap, so someone has to allocate a memory for all the instance variables, or someone has to initialize the object, right? So that is what the need of a constructor. So the constructor job is to perform the initialization of all the instance variables which are defined in this class, and also to allocate the memory as well. So when I say allocate memory, so let's say I am defining an object for the student class, and if let's say I have two instance variable here, right? So the values of these two variables are by default whatever the default value. Let's say int means 0 and string means null, right? But if I want to define some value, so that is what I can use constructor to define it. So this is the need of a constructor. Basically constructor is needed when we want to perform the initialization for instance variable. I hope you guys understand up to this level. Now let's see what is a constructor. So constructor is nothing but, so here if I say student of, right? So if you guys see here, when I say s dot, let's say in the system out.println, the sys out, let's say s dot, let's say roll number, right? So here we have defined this constructor, right? So here I am calling this student of as a constructor. So what is a constructor? So constructor is nothing but to perform the initialization for instance variable and to allocate the memory for the variables, right? So here this roll number is an instance variable, and if I want to run this program, okay, the value printed is 0. The reason is that, so for this variable on this object, s object, this variable is assigned with the value 0 because that is the default value for an integer type, right? And similarly, if I want to write display system.out.println s.name, yeah, so let me go and execute it. So this is null, right? So 0 and null. The reason is that both this instance variable are assigned with a default value. So how it is got assigned? With the help of this constructor student of. So here the constructor is nothing but, this is called constructor. When I say this is constructor, so if you guys notice deeply, so this is the parenthesis, right? So we usually use this parenthesis when we define a method in Java, but here we define this for a student, right? So this class name is a student, and similarly we define the constructor is also student. So student of. So when I say how to write a constructor, so we should create kind of a method which is similar to a class name. So a method with a class name is nothing but a constructor, but it should not return any type. So there are some rules to create to write a constructor. We will go through that in the next lesson. But now we have to understand. So this student of is a constructor. So this student of is nothing but, which is same as class name, but with the help of parenthesis we are defining it. So there is a concept called default constructor. Okay, so what do you mean by default constructor? So here I didn't write anything like a student of here, right? So here I am writing student of, but inside this class I didn't write student of, right? But what does Java did it, like for our developers, right? So we don't need to write any default constructor. Only if required we can write it. but by default Java also gives its own default constructor, which is no argument constructor. No argument constructor means there is no arguments for the student of, right? So that is what defined here by Java itself. So we don't need to define it. That is why it is compiled successfully and it get executed. But that is called default constructor and we don't need to define it. But if we want to define the default constructor, again we can define it. So student of. So if I write student of, so there is no issue here. So where I can say system.out.println, I can say inside default constructor, and also I can say I can also initialize some value for a instance variable, which is roll number. Roll number is equal to, let's say, 10. Okay, so now if I go and execute this program, if I see here, the output is inside default constructor, which is coming from this line, and then it is initializing this roll number with the value as 10, and that is why when we print this s dot roll number, we are getting it as 10, and name is still null because name is assigned with default value, which is null, because we didn't initialize the value of our name inside the constructor, right? So this is the default constructor. We don't need to define it, but by default it will have it. But if you want to define it, we can also define it in this way. So I hope you guys understand what is a default constructor and how to write a constructor in Java. So now we have to look into what are the rules we should follow when we write a constructor in Java. So basically, when I say this is the constructor, if you guys notice clearly, this student is nothing but the same as the class name. So basically, the constructor is nothing but this is the constructor. So constructor should be same as the class name, and this constructor should not return any type. So let's say if I say void, right, which is a return type, right? So there won't be any compile time error, but when you execute, so it won't consider this as a constructor. So and that is why we will get it as 0 null, because JVM doesn't compare the or take it as a constructor because it has a void. So constructor should not have any return type, and that is why we should not use any constructor with return type. Okay, so these are the two main rules which we should follow when we write our customized constructor for our class. And where are the constructors are applicable, right? So let's say the need for a constructor is nothing but we want to initialize the instance variable, right? So let's say in every class we can have instance variable. In that case, constructors are applicable for every class in Java. And similarly, abstract class. So we have separate videos where we will be explaining about what is an abstract class, what is a parent class, child class, what is an interface in the upcoming video series. Please go through that as well if you don't understand that. And basically in abstract class, we can also have our instance variable where we can have our constructors defined. But in terms of interface, we cannot have it because by default all the instance variables within the all the variables inside the interface should be public, static and final. When it is says static, it means like it is at the class or the interface level, so it won't get stored for it is for all the object in reference, right? So for all the instances it will be the same, so there is nothing called allocating the memory or instantiating the objects for that particular interface, because we cannot create an object for interface, right? So this is the place where we can apply constructors. Basically, constructors are applicable for all the classes. Each and every class in Java can have constructor. Each and every abstract class in Java can have constructor. So interface constructors are not applicable for interface, right? And there is a way that I can also define our own parameterized constructor. So what does it mean? So let's say this is one way of writing it. So which is a default constructor, right? Let's say if I say student s1 is equal to new student of, right? So here s1 is an object which is a separate than which is not same as s, and here I say let's say 100. Okay, so it is going to give me an error because there is nothing called student of with the integer value. So what I can do, I can define another constructor with my own value but with different parameter like arguments, right? So here I can say int roll number, and this roll number I can define it over here, and I can say this dot roll number is equal to roll number, right? So don't need to worry about the keyword this. So I have a separate video for this key the keyword this, so please go through that as well. You will get a better idea about what is this meaning about here. So here if I say, if I want to print this s1 dot roll number and s1 dot name, sorry, s1 dot name, right? So let's see what it is giving us, right? Okay, here you go. So the output says inside the default constructor 10 null, and again the inside default, so this is not a default constructor, this is customized or parameterized constructor. Okay, so now let me go and execute it. Okay, so if you guys see here, so when I say student of 100, so it is going to call this constructor, not this one, because I am passing 100. So here it is going to look for a student constructor with which accepts integer argument. So there is a constructor with integer argument int roll number. So that is why we are getting this particular line of statement inside customized constructor. So the control goes to inside this particular method, and wherein it prints this one, and it assigns the 100 value to this particular roll number. And that is why when I want to print the value of s1.roll number, it is giving 100. At the same time, s1.name is still null, because name is still null. The reason is that I am not defining the value or initializing the value for the name. So these are the ways that we can define our own constructor. So basically when we should go for defining our own constructor is that when I want to create an object, and when I want to initialize the values for the instance variable for a particular class in object, in that case I have to go with parameterized constructor. So I hope you guys understand all these concepts. So let me summarize this. So what is the need for a constructor? So when we want to create an object, at the time when we want to perform the initialization for all the variables inside that object, so we can go for a constructor. So what is a constructor? So constructor is nothing but when we write a constructor which is nothing but which is same as class name at the same with the two parameterized two parentheses, that is called constructor. And the rules for constructor is nothing but the name of the constructor should be same as the class name, and there should not be any return type for a constructor. And where are the constructors applicable? So constructors are applicable only for classes and for abstract classes and for interface, but not for interfaces. So hope you guys understand this concept. So the source code will be shared in the video description. So please take the source code and play around in this particular code and see how it actually works. Try to understand the difference between the default constructor and also the customized constructor, which is a parameterized constructor, and you will see the differences. And I hope you guys will get a better clarity and you will be more confident in dealing with constructor, because this is very important concept in Java. So I hope you guys understand this, and if you guys really like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and also please share it with your friends. So please subscribe to the channel and please post your comments and questions in the custom comment section. I will be more than happy to assist, and I will see you in the next interesting video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.